So in the track by Ajahn Tong's
Ajahn Tong's
monastery, where Yuttadharma Bhikkhu. Do you know Yuttadharma Bhikkhu, Canadian?
Yes.
Do you know?
Yes, I know.
He's of this same tradition.
Same tradition.
He's there now, at that monastery.
Now, I think he's in the Chiang Mai, close to the Chiang Mai town. Now these days, he's staying here in this Chiang Mai.
He is, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. And that is the tradition he was trained in, and he teaches, is it this noting, Mahasi Sayadaw?
Yes, Mahasi Sayadaw.
Mainly this form of noting,
Yes, correct.
which you describe as vipassana
Yes.
meditation, yes?
Yes.
Do you know what vipassana means?
Vipassana. Vipassana means to know it, to know authentically, to know exact way.
Yes,
Vipassana.
Literally.
Vipassana is to see something. Vipassana is you have to see very
deeply.
deep to see to get the exact thing.
Exact picture, the insight of the maybe more deep understanding of the
Yes, sometimes translated as insight,
inside.
understanding.
Yes.
The word literally means seeing clearly,
See.
to see clearly.
Yeah.
It isn't a practice, but the likes of S.N. Goenka, of Indian origin, and in the West very popular, and all over the world, are Goenka Vipassana meditation courses.
Vipassana.
And often people refer to Vipassana as a kind of meditation, which it has become to be by that usage of the word. You understand? But its literal meaning, and where used in the suttas, in the Buddha's words, is usually as seeing clearly. A quality we develop from meditation. Now you were talking to me just then about anapanasati being quite difficult to
Get the,
say again.
to get the flow of air and intake flow and outward flow, and some or other they get contact in the nose area. That
In one
area,
place.
One place.
Yeah.
And you have to concentrate the flow, contact point is very difficult to.
And between this
When you say here I get, but here very
Yes.
difficult. What is
Well, I agree with you. It is very difficult for some people.
what is this reason? That is the position of my nose or
Yes, no, it's not. It's not you. You're not alone. It's very difficult for everyone. And in the Anapanasati Sutta, the Buddha never says, find an exact point just below your nose and identify it as somewhere for your meditation object. The Buddha doesn't say that. No, this has been added later. Yes, this is a technique, like Mahasi Sayadaw with noting, and this usage of the word vipassana.
Lord Buddha hasn't told that.
No, he said, no, the body of the breath as you're breathing in.
yes, for me, for us,
Is it long? Is it short? Is it deep? Is it shallow? Is it slow? Is it fast? Is it comfortable? Is it uncomfortable? He says, know the breath as it's coming in on the inhalation, know the breath as it's going out on the exhalation.
Inhalation and exhalation can be get.
You know, if you bring your attention, your mind, to the fact you're breathing, You know this, yes? You know you're breathing.
Oh, yes.
If you stop, yeah, then you'll know.
Oh, that's also
If you stop breathing, you'll know. If you don't know, you'll die. So, know you're breathing. Don't worry too much if you can't find. If it's identifiable, a point, that is useful, yes. But not everyone can do that. So don't think that is anapanasati, that's all it is. Because it is actually not. It's not mentioned in the Anapanasati Sutta, that Anapanasati Sutta, mindfulness of the breath, not necessarily on one point. If you inhale, you'll notice not so much in this climate right now, because it's very warm. But normally you'll notice the coolness of the breath as you inhale. And as you exhale, it is very hard to notice the breath because it's become the same temperature as your body. And by not notice, but you still know you're exhaling. Yes? This is awareness of the breath. This is sati, this is mindfulness of the breath. And simply, in Anapanasati, what we try to do, or not try, we relax and settle. We relax with time and allow our bodies to settle and our minds to settle. And to assist with doing this, we just bring our attention to breathing. And without being analytical, without thinking too much about, is this breath this, is it that, am I identifying it? Just to know we are breathing in and we are breathing out is sufficient. This is practicing Anapanasati. Now this isn't so difficult. I too, like yourself, find it very difficult to find one point like this. It is in the nasal cavity useful, if you can use temperature, to visualize as if you're sitting in a cave or even a room like this with one door at one end, and the breeze coming into the room, cooling the room, and then the breeze going out of the room as you're breathing. But this is visualization, which is also a distraction. So keeping it very simple is the best way to watch the breath, and just know, as it says in the Anapanasati Sutta, know you are breathing in deeply, knowing the breath is shallow, knowing it's short, knowing it's long. He repeats this over and over again.
Acknowledge that.
Yeah, but you see, they also, it gets, there is also some debate as to what he's referring to when he says the body of the breath. Some interpret that as the breath coming into the body, into your lungs, and then going throughout your body. Personally, I cannot see the oxygen in this toe. I cannot even imagine the oxygen in my right toe, this toe here, or the oxygen in my elbow. So I kind of leave that theory alone, because that again would be imagination, thinking about something. Imagining oxygen going throughout my body is imagining oxygen. It's imagining. What are we trying to do in imagination, in meditation? Not imagination, no? We're trying to allow the mind to become calm and settle without thought. We're not trying to suppress.
Effort.
Yeah, without effort also, with determination to allow the mind to settle and the body to settle, but without distraction. So I think it's easier to understand what the Buddha's saying when he says the body of the breath, to understand it like we say maybe you've not heard this term, but a body of water. So a lake is a body of water. Yes? What it is, it's one of the elements, so the liquid element, a body of liquid, like a small ocean even, is a body of water. What we're inhaling is not a body of air before we inhale it, but as we inhale it, as it becomes contained within the capacity of our own physical bodies, our lungs, it is then a body of air, which we exhale. So we inhale a body of air, exhaling a body of air. If that were to be replaced by water, we would drown. But air is nice, we inhale it, use the oxygen, exhale it. So that's my understanding of how the Buddha taught us to see the breath. But also I don't use, unless necessary, this noting technique. There's nothing wrong. And like initially when practicing breath meditation, awareness of mindfulness of the breath, it can be useful to count the breaths. Some people teach this. Breathing in 1, breathing out 1, breathing in 2, breathing out 2. And you can see clearly then when you lose your attention of the breath. If you get to 6 and you don't know what number you've got to, you've lost your mindfulness of the breath, or before that. And then you start again with the counting. And this is a way of seeing how you're keeping your attention on the breath. But before too long, the counting can become your meditation object. But it's a useful way of keeping your awareness initially on the breath. But noting...
Counting is compulsory. Counting is compulsory.
No, it's just another way. Nothing is compulsory. Absolutely nothing.
But they told about not counting or in this space, just raising and falling of the abdomen.
This particular technique you're referring to is not this. It's rising, falling, rising, falling, rising, falling. Now, many people find that equally difficult as this. But we all know we're breathing, whether we're watching this or this. So why complicate it? Who doesn't know they're breathing?
If you limit yourself for breathing, is now.
It's breathing.
Breathing.
Sati, mindfulness of the breath.
Breathe in, and first raising, falling. Raising and falling simultaneously. Isn't it?
No, it's simultaneously.
Any break there? Raising, break, falling, or raising, falling. That it is in one cycle or 2 cycles.
And when you inhale, you're right, it's rising, exhale, falling. Rising, falling. Rising,
that's one cycle.
falling.
That's why I took
Rising and falling is an inhalation and exhalation. So with me, if I use this, rising, falling, very quickly my tummy is rising and falling, and I'm making my tummy rise and fall. That's nothing to do with the breathing. It's distracting me from the breathing. I'm not knowing. If you're watching this, are you knowing that we're not supposed to be having an opinion of the breath, being liking or disliking of the breath, but knowing that the breath is cool, knowing the breath is warm as you inhale, as you exhale, knowing it's long, knowing it's short, deep, shallow. This is just knowing, this is awareness. You can do all this with the activity of breathing itself, which is continuing throughout your day.
Awareness is very important.
Awareness is like mindfulness, isn't it?
Mindfulness.
Sati.
I have a small question.
Samasati, yes, right before Samasamadhi. So we need to develop Samasati in conjunction with Samasamadhi. And we need to develop Samasati all of the time in order to be able to develop Samadhi, which is more focused, one-pointed awareness and absorption meditation, or concentration, usually it's translated as. But we also need to be able to practice developing Samadhi, absorbed meditation and concentration, to develop the quality of sati, mindfulness.
Correct word of mindfulness. Mindfulness means to put different sensing through sense put into our mind, or remove all the whatever the defilements and everything, defilements out to it become a light.
So mindfulness is a bit of a modern Western term. Sati doesn't mean that. Sati means recollection or understand, or more should be carefulness or awareness. Mindfulness is a modern term that doesn't mean literally what it says, filling up your mind. Mindfulness sounds like get my mind really full. Well, we're not trying to do that, are we?
Not equivalent. Suitable equivalent for Sammasati. Mindfulness.
To see the inside of the body, inside of the mind, to see the inside the mind.
We can only see the thoughts as they arise, and the thoughts and the thinking process arising, staying a while, passing away. Emotions arising, staying a while, passing away. Opinions and judgments, liking, disliking, things we are liking. Now, where noting comes into its strength, its own strength, is by identifying those thought processes in the mind. So when you're meditating and you're wanting to move because you're feeling uncomfortable, you would note wanting or wanting to move, or note more directly what it is that's making you want to move. Pain. So you would note pain to help you see clearly. This is developing vipassana, that quality of seeing clearly in your mind what it is that's causing you to have the desire to move. You're noting pain. But if you also note pain, rather than act upon, so often we just move like this because we have a pain without thinking. But if in meditation we allow ourselves to just, pain, noting pain, then you're putting a little gap between the pain and your reaction to the pain. Sufficient gap, distance between your body and what is knowing, what is witnessing the occurrence in your body of pain, to not react straight away, but to realize that actually, if I don't react, nothing will happen, the pain will go away. And through experience of this repetitive practice, this happens.
The other means that to keep distance or space.
Putting a little distance between
the reaction, response, and that pain. Then don't react in a certain period or certain space.
Yes.
Then take time to respond.
And this is what we do sitting in formal meditation. We call samadhi. When we're sitting still, observing, witnessing, watching these physical phenomena. That's all they are, physical feelings, phenomena. And mental, so our intellectual brain, our thinking brain's mental activity of liking, disliking, or emotions of happiness, sadness, all of these different emotions that may arise within our thinking process. This is what we're doing in samadhi, and the noting can help in that sense identify these things. Would you like some water? Some water?
What is there?
I'm not, I'll have to, go and have a little break. It's okay, no problems, no hurry. If you go to the this building over there, someone might be able to help you. Thank you.
I have another question about during the walking meditation, we contemplate for the various like noting that birds singing and different senses like.
Yes.
But during the sitting meditation, if that we close our eyes and we contemplate rising and falling the system. And if in this situation, if whether it is like similar to the walking meditation about walking meditation, we never we just to contemplate to our legs and other things. During the sitting meditation, we don't contemplate other external environment, or only inside, raising and falling. This thing,
So-
bird, it's like something, any other sounds like fan. In this situation, if we need to contemplate those sounds during the sitting meditation, that's my question. Like I know the walking meditation, that's contemplated to the that legs and everything, that's according to, and contemplate for the other things and stop. When during the sitting meditation, same activities going on, no different.
So I listen to Yuttadharmo. I've been listening to Yuttadharmo Bhikkhu for many years for his very valuable discussions that he has on the suttas and his very extensive knowledge on the suttas, but I don't practice his form of meditation at all because I don't get on with it myself. So all you're saying there is for the reasons...
I'm asking for general.
Yeah, but you know that's not what I practice. Do not be, when you're walking meditation, just be walking from A to B.
And putting.
Yeah, you're not paying attention to the birds in the trees or even so much any of your external environment.
Yes,
the least stimulating your external environment
stop,
is, the better.
Somewhere I stop and contemplate the external...
No, don't be doing that. No. Just walk from... Did you manage to find someone to give you some water?
The gentleman gave me some glass of
Oh, good, I'm good. Okay, well done.
Okay,
You're welcome.
proceed.
Yes, so no, we were just talking about walking meditation.
walking.
Now, so rather than trying to compare techniques, which isn't useful, because the Mahasi Sayadaw noting technique you're referring to, as taught by Bhikkhu Yuttadharmo, is very good, very popular, as are meditation techniques taught in, for instance, Vipassana courses all around the world. I'm a little bit old-fashioned, old school, and just really refer to the suttas. Now also Yuttadharma Bhikkhu will say that also in the sutras this can be found, and his knowledge of the sutras is far greater than mine. He's a far more senior bhikkhu than I can probably hope to be in this lifetime. But the actual practice of meditation I choose is very simple, and what I share with others is very simple. And I tend to avoid, where possible, this noting. Sometimes if people have an aversion, disliking to something occurring during their daily activities, maybe then is a good time to label it. Note it as anger or just disliking. And then you are identifying something, an emotion, that it gives you the opportunity to put a little distance between that emotion arising and your reaction. This is
important.
yes.
Very important.
You understand?
And that's to response or reaction. And if you get something any hard or very bad thought, and if somebody blame to you, then wait quite some time and to react later. And the thing is some space between reaction time and response.
So that's it. So you hear something that you don't like, and you may instantly reach out, move to change something that you don't like. But if you first say hearing or disliking, noting the mental formation. It just gives a little time to think about your reaction before reacting, allowing it to go away of its own accord. So rather than an itch, a scratch is there, rather than scratching straight away, which as we all know causes more of a scratch, we say scratch, itching or pain or wanting to move. You know, we note this. This is developing the quality of upekkha. You know this word? Yes? Equanimity. Being equanimous, less reactive. Not burying our head in the sand, blindly ignoring, not this, but not reacting overtly, but understanding a situation may arise and then pass away, and the reaction is unnecessary. This is the fourth of the Brahma Viharas, upekkha, equanimity. Because metta, which you might have heard of in terms of meditation methods, metta, loving kindness, karuna, compassion, and mudita, Salute Gama Colombo. No, go. These four Brahma Viharas are very important to give consideration to. Not only in our everyday lives, they help us in our meditation. Because these two, like Vipassana, is a quality, the quality of seeing clearly. These four Brahma Viharas are not doing things, they're qualities we generate internally. Now, very popular in the West is a form of meditation, metta meditation. As if we're projecting loving kindness all around the world, radiating it. Now, I don't think we're actually doing that.
Yeah, radiating to spreading it to directions.
Yes, I don't think we're actually, it may come as a shock, but I don't think we're actually doing that. Because I can sit here all day long, radiating metta. And this person in the room next door won't know. However forcefully I radiate it through this wall, they will not feel it.
It can be radiated.
You develop the quality of loving kindness within yourself. Then when you walk out of the room and someone comes across you, they will experience metta, true metta, loving kindness, as a quality within you. It's not going to go through that wall. It's not going to go to my relations on the other side of the world in England. They may understand that I might be thinking kindly of them, but I don't have magic powers. Maybe the Buddha, yes, did, but we're not to contemplate the power of the Buddha for our own development. We are to see what is reality in ourselves in this practice. So if you see the quality of metta as real as the quality of upekkha, as tangible as the quality of upekkha. So upekkha means I get a pain in my knee, I don't instantly move. I wait to see if the pain goes away. Metta is developing natural, unforced, loving kindness as a quality within myself by, yes, thinking about those I love and also using the quality of compassion, karuna, to think about those people that I don't like, that have done me harm. Having compassion for those people because of their suffering, are you understanding me okay? Yeah? For having caused you harm, helps you develop metta as a quality for them also. This is why we start with this idea of people we have near to us, a little further away, and then a long way away, and then the whole universe. People we like, people we love, people we like, people we're not sure about, people we don't like, and our enemies. You know, this kind of expansion. It's illustrative. It's illustrative.
Yes.
It's to show you how you develop the quality of metta, and is taken literally by some meditation practitioners, and it's a good practice, because you're still, as a result of this activity, if you can do it, going to develop the quality of loving kindness. But if you have an analytical and skeptical mind, as I do, I need proof of everything. Evidence. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in miracles. I can only go with what I can see experientially for myself and witness for myself. Yes? What I can witness for myself is when I become a better person, developing metta, loving kindness, developing karuna, compassion, mudita, joy for others, and these three help you develop equanimity, this unreactiveness, upekkha. I can see for myself, evidentially, the effect that has on all of the people around me. The people I meet walking in the street in the morning, going on my arms round Pindapata, the people I see on the way, the people I see on the way back, the people that come to see me here, the people I interact with daily. I can see the change in their behavior as a result of how I've been trying to develop and practice myself these qualities within myself. As you would see, a flower has beauty and perfume, but in a room with the doors closed and the windows closed, it is a flower with beauty and perfume. Only when it's exposed to people seeing it outside, people coming into the room, and they see the flower, do they experience its qualities of beauty and perfume. It has those qualities. So yes, it's important to develop these qualities, but understand them as qualities. The reason I'm talking about this is not to change the subject from meditation, is because what we're trying to develop in meditation is these qualities. In order to have samadhi, so deep, absorbed states of one-pointed focus on your meditation object, say the breath, and complete seclusion from the obstacles in the way of that, the 5 hindrances, which are wanting things, sensual desire, yes? Not wanting things, hating things, ill will, yes? And then the third, laziness, lethargy, not enthusiastic. This one, yes. You'll know the 5 hindrances in Pali, yes? Please say them if you know them.
One is
That's it.
Excellent. Very good. Wonderful. So the last 2, yes, are restlessness and worry. And finally, the one is doubt. Yes. So this restlessness and worry is the big obstacle in meditation. Now, if we have developed deep absorbed states of meditation, we will become secluded from all these 5 hindrances. But
we call it Nivarana means it hinder the enlightenment.
No, that Nibbana.
Nirvana.
Yes, you do in for some reason here you use Nirvana.
Nibbana.
Which is not Pali. I don't know why in Sri Lanka you use this word, but Nibbana.
Nibbana is correct.
Nibbana is yes. But many people say Nirvana. Yeah, but Nibbana, it doesn't matter. We're really Nibbana is our ultimate game, our ultimate aim of enlightenment. But long before even the first jhana is where we are going to become secluded from the 5 hindrances. That's just the first jhana, the first stage of absorbed meditation. You have another three to go, the 4 rupa jhanas, and then the 4 arupa. You have nama rupa, yes, mental jhanas. Before we even can be coming close, we can get a glimpse of nibbana at first, second jhana state of absorption.
That's a part of the nirvana. Those are the steps. first jhana, second jhana. Like,
But these are closely linked to the stages of enlightenment and preceded by the stages of samadhi. But we don't need to think in all of these stages.
what about Bhante? What's Sakkaya Ditti? That's so on.
Personality view.
Personality.
Thinking.
To remove, no? That
Thinking that you are having a non-understanding of anatta. So anatta is the third of the three characteristics. Anicca, impermanence.
Anatma.
Anatta, not anatta. Yes.
Anatta.
Anicca, impermanence.
Okay.
Dukkha, suffering.
Suffering.
Yeah. Anatta, not self. Not
That's a nature's, that's a natural things, no? That
Anitya, dukkha, anatta.
Anitya, there's law of,
anatta.
Dukkha,
Anatta.
there's law of impermanence. Those are
dukkha is suffering.
universal law, isn't it?
You can call it this, you can call it that, you can call it tomato, call it tomato. It doesn't matter. What it is that everything, all conditioned things, sabe sankhara anatta, sabe sankhara anicca, sabe sankhara dukkha, sabe sankhara anatta. You chant this all the time, yes? Yes? You're saying all conditioned things are impermanent, all conditioned things are suffering, all conditioned things are not self. Specifically when people die or dying, you're chanting this to remind yourself, this bowl, it won't last forever. This floor, this building won't last forever. Everything is impermanence. Everything is unsatisfactory, is suffering. And everything is out of our control, I prefer to say, not self.
Not self, yes.
Anatta. Nata self, anatta not self. Not that we're not a self. We have an identity for conventional purposes. So I used to work and have a job, and that was who I used to be. Now I am a monk and I am this. But I am neither of those things. They are just the results of the causes and conditions put in place by my actions of body, speech and mind.
That's the importance of that Lord Buddha.
Nekkamma, Pali term.
Renunciation, giving things up. Nekama. Nekama, yes. So this is part of the renunciant process. So you even as lay people practice this, nekama. This is a determination. It really means determination. So determination not to smoke cigarettes, determination not to drink alcohol, determination perhaps not to, on Uposita days, on Poya day, to not listen to music.
They are virtues. So
these are virtues, or we call them...
Five precepts. Abstain from killing.
The 5 precepts are separate from not nekama. They come under parami, qualities. We develop over many lifetimes.
Then
so there are 10.
Eight precepts.
The 5 precepts, so you must not...
8 precepts.
Yeah, so the 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts, and in the bhikkhu's case, 227.
200.
Yes?
That's a Vinaya.
Well, the Vinaya is thousands of rules. But from the Vinaya comes the Patimokkha, which is our 227 rules.
But would announce this Vinaya, that 270, after 50 years, when Lord Buddha was 50 years, he put into the Vinaya to these Vinaya clauses.
During the course of his teaching career of 45 years, he was continually adjusting the Vinaya because he had a Sangha, the newly developed Sangha. So when something didn't work out, he would make a rule to make sure that it did work out in future. And if that didn't work out, it was amended. But subsequent to his Parinibbana, so his final attainment to Nibbana, his death of his physical body, the Vinaya Pitaka has never been changed. Those rules are more accurate than even the suttas because they have been orally transmitted and are still to this day orally recited and listened to, the entire Sangha of bhikkhus, and where there are them, bhikkhunis, this 227 Patimokkha rules every full moon and every new moon on what we call in the Pali the Uposatha, that you refer to here as Poya Day. But that's just the full moon. The Uposatha is twice a month, so every 15 days, since even in the time of the Buddha, have been recited every 15 days, those 227 rules, with somebody checking that the person reciting them doesn't make a mistake and correcting them. So that's how they've remained unchanged. And no amendments, as with you working in businesses, you know, with a corporation and a company, every 6 months or every quarter has a meeting, changes its rules, its manifestos, its even mission statement from time to time. But all of the guidelines of procedures, standard operating procedures, all of these things get amended. Constitutions, governments, countries, legislations, they come, they go, they're changed. But in 2,567 years, the Vinaya Pitaka, containing those 227 Patimokkha rules, has not changed. Okay? It's the only organization, it's the only organization ever in history that has not changed. Akaliko.
Anytime it's applicable.
Yeah.
Anytime.
All the time.
In fact, I won't change.
Akaliko means timeless.
Timeless.
Yeah. So, in terms of sila, as lay people, there are just the 5 precepts: no killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, or taking of intoxicants. Arta sila, on Uposatha days, some Buddhists make a determination, nekama, a determination, to take 8 precepts, Arta sila, where they refrain from all sexual activity, refrain from entertainment, also refrain from eating after midday, noon. That's number 6.
Yes, during the
Entertainment and beautification is number 7, and number 8 is sleeping in a luxurious bed.
during the Vipassana period, I practice 8.
8, yes. And that's very important because it helps. These extra precepts are not moral virtues in themselves. They're renunciant precepts. But the point of those, and also the reason for the other 227 Patimokkha bhikkhu rules and 311 bhikkhuni, that's a lady monk's rules, because they do have them in some places nowadays. And in the time of the Buddha, of course, they had them from his stepmother onwards. Bhikkhus and bhikkhunis' extra rules are supportive of those 5 precepts, really, those initial moral precepts. Even the 5th precept of knowing intoxicants is not necessarily considered in some places as a moral virtue, but it is included and is important because if one affects one's mind, the wording is refraining from intoxicants. It specifies alcohol and other intoxicating substances that will lead to heedlessness, which is the opposite of mindfulness. Yes, mindfulness in the meaning of being careful. It stops you being careful. People drink like this at parties to lose their inhibitions so they can dance more freely, speak to ladies if they're men, or vice versa, all of this more freely. Relax, they think. But then their defilements come, but then they're more likely to break the other 4 precepts. This is why it's so important. So it's a different one. But when you are on a meditation retreat, for instance, in this room there's a bed there. Monks, we're not allowed all of the time ever to sleep on high, luxurious beds. So this is why it's cluttered with stuff. Because I sleep here on the floor, on the mat, obviously, because monks, is our rule all of the time. And when you go from 8 precepts to 10 precepts to first living in a monastery, then number 7 splits. So becomes no entertainment, and new Brit. No, that's yeah. Which is the entertainment and the beautification with the malas and bangles and necklaces and this jewelry. That's lumped as one, number 7, after the no eating in the afternoon, number 6. But when it becomes 10, it splits as 2. So really, 8 precepts is 9 precepts, because it's the same as 10 precepts. The 10th precept is we don't use money. So we renounce the use of specifically gold and silver, which is why you see some monks using money, because it's not gold and silver. But gold and silver was the currency of the time of the Buddha. So in the more traditional old school, we steer clear of using money at all as renunciants, because it would mean if we use money, we're no different to lay people, really. So, how are we doing? Did you?
It's very nice, and to get a lot of clarification with meditation, and also other concepts of the Buddhism that may be very helpful to
you are saying all that to get ourselves more or less stick to your methods, not to techniques.
Path of purification.
Whether you're using this noting technique, whether you're using observing a point of breath, just to sum up for you here, then firstly, it's very important we keep sila, 5 precepts. Without 5 precepts, it doesn't matter what technique you're practicing, there's going to be more 5 hindrances.
But in Sri Lanka, the Buddhist society, that's sila and what is
Sila, samadhi, panya.
Those things are most people know about. Without meditation, not very much.
Yes.
In Sri Lanka, they give alms, there's puja.
Rituals are there.
It's like, in Buddhist countries it's the way it is. In Western countries it's the other way around. It's all about meditation.
They meditate very little.
In
Sri Lanka. Actually, meditation should be you should give the priorities to the meditation, but some or other. But in Sri Lankan people, they give.
In an ideal world, yes, all 3: sila, samadhi, panya. Panya takes care of itself. It might be told off for saying that, but I think wisdom develops itself with the practice of sila, keeping the precepts, and the practice of meditation. But just sila, they also practice here and in Buddhist countries a lot of dana, which you were referring to there, giving, generosity, which is a quality.
We practice many.
Yes, so this is the prime.
Giving alms.
Yes.
They can go to a higher level.
Yes. Well, sometimes in some countries they don't say even necessarily always sila, samadhi, panya. They say
meditation.
Charity, meditation, and wisdom, or dana, sila, and wisdom. And it's
European countries. They don't have dana. They give for charity.
But we must go to the Noble Eightfold Path. That is the path the Buddha taught us.
What is the difference between dana and charity?
Dana is charity. Dana is giving. Dana is the.
Charity also giving.
Dana is the quality. Is generosity. Is giving.
They expect something.
No, we won't expect.
If you expect something back, it's not dana. It's karmically neutralized. It's even karmically negative if you expect something back. Yes. So people here feed me every day out of generosity, which is a quality they have instilled in them already. So it's a parami, one of these qualities, number 1 of the dana, parami, they already have. They don't need to work on so hard. But another of the parami is nekama, renunciation, giving things up. And samadhi, developing concentration. if in many lifetimes they've developed the quality of dana, and it's easy for people to give, this isn't what you should be working on. Work on what is difficult to do, samadhi, or work on renunciation, or work on khanti, patience and endurance, or work on any of the 10 parami, not the one that comes so easily and think, well, I'm doing that one, I can forget the rest, because otherwise you're reborn in the next life with the same work to continue. So we look at the simple form. What I wanted to say to sum up, rather than making it too complicated with all of these techniques, just sit, make sure each day you have a time, you do this. Not think about it and find the best technique, but actually sit and do nothing at all. And if you have the opportunity in that time to observe breathing as you breathe in and as you breathe out, that is enough. 20 minutes, 40 minutes each and every day. If in conjunction with that, and you can increase that time to an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening, or as long as you have time to do, if in conjunction of that you are keeping the 5 precepts, sila, then you are practicing the whole of the Noble Eightfold Path. Because right view, okay, yes, is going to come to you as a result of that practice. Okay, the rest of the Noble Eightfold Path is about sila and meditation, because it's right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, as we said, samasati, right concentration, samadhi.
That's all.
That is sila, samadhi, panya, divided into 8 points.
That's aims to develop meditation, isn't it? No.
Noble Eightfold Path is sila, samadhi, panya. Sila, samadhi, panya is the 3 categories of the Noble Eightfold Path.
If I say samma kamma, it's not industries or something. It's kamma.
In English, sorry,
samma kamma. That's it. What work and
right livelihood.
Right livelihood. Right?
Yes, samma kamata.
Refraining from killing animals and
yes, so
selling intoxicants.
Yes,
selling intoxicants, selling meat and all that.
Yes, that right livelihood is not necessarily even your job. My livelihood is what keeps me alive. Now, if I just sat here every day expecting people to bring me food, then why should they? But I go to people every day on Pindapata, walking a long way, and people put food in my bowl because they've been reminded of the Sangha. Not to see me, but they see robes. They see what monks did in the time of the Buddha and do in Buddhist countries all around.
Even
it is my livelihood.
Non-Buddhists also might offer.
Indeed, in England, people offer to me also. So not so much. Here I have an abundance of food, and then I'm able to have dana, be able to be generous and share it with others. So I get that opportunity.
And you also get dana.
Dana, yes, it's an interdependent relationship.
He asked me to bring dana for you. And
you coming today is sufficient, and you brought some nice bananas. So this is super, because you know
it's from my home.
Oh, wonderful! Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay.
Direct from my bunch.
From your tree.
Tree.
Anamodana. Sadhu.
He's staying somewhere in Muscat.
I don't know the area, so about the country yet very well.
It was there, and some squirrels. I am not aware of this says ripen.
Ripen. Oh, okay. Yes.
Then one of my fellows, uncle was there, and he told me that bunch is there.
Okay.
Then I am unaware. They told me that And he phoned me. Then I told him, my son told me, I have bananas.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yes.
So yes, so with your meditation, keep up with the sila, keep practicing, and if you find the noting technique useful, then use it. But maybe sometimes try just seeing what's going on without labeling, without noting, just watching the breath. This is hard. This is difficult. Even without identifying a point, our mind wanders. And where does it wander to? It wanders into the future and into the past. Yes? This is where the fourth of the 5 hindrances is. Restlessness and worry. It's in the future and it's in the past. What we're bringing our attention to is the present moment. This is why we use the breath. Because it's here, now, anywhere you go. All day long, you can keep bringing your attention back to the breathing.
It's include the samatha and vipassana both.
Yes.
That the sitting
It's
meditation,
samasati and samasamadhi.
it's connected.
Breathing
Yes.
one is very important.
Very,
Yes.
Very important.
And during the in India, I had something like in healing, like in one day. It's like nothing very light in my hands in particular time. Then there's something little bit change of the
If you look after your body,
mental state.
if you look after your physiology, your body and your brain, by allowing it from time to time to relax and for your mind to become calm, then this will, as the Buddha says in the suttas, will result, like the practice of metta, will result in good sleep, in good health, in a healthy appetite, in a good state of mind, because you're taking care of yourself. And when you take care of yourself, then you're more able to take care of others. Even by just setting a good example for others, you are helping them. Okay?
Yes.
Abhivadana sili sani chamuda pachayino chataro dhamma vadanti ayuano sukham balam. Sukhi hotu. Be happy and stay well. I hope you have a good journey as you return. And nice to meet you both. Looking so healthy and young.
Very happy to
Come again. I'm staying in Sri
I'm
Lanka
also
now.
looking that YouTube's
Oh,
the English.
I think that's how you found me, is it?
Yeah.
English Buddhist monk. Okay.
Those are very interesting. And
Okay.
Very simple and easy to understand.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you find it useful. That's good. If you on your way out, you could when you drive out, you'll see my new place on the left-hand side where there's some work going on. The little separate building. So if you come next time,
Yes. You maybe in.
I'll be in there.
You are in Sri Lanka.
Your name, please.
My Pali name is Bhante Dharma Rakita. Dharma,
Kirti.
Dharma, like Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Dharma, Rakita. Yeah, Dharma Rakita. Protected by the Dharma. It means. Dharma Rakita. Bhante Dharma Rakita. But nobody calls me that. They call me English monk. Or,
English monk.
Yeah.
Are you traveling?
No, I'm staying.
Thailand and
No, I'm staying here now in Sri Lanka, if I can.
Sri Lanka is a nice place. But,
Yes.
But most of the Sri Lankan educated Sri Lankans go to other countries
Well, I can replace them.
to get money.
No, I'm
But
staying
in my
here.
case, I don't like to go abroad.
Yeah, I'm going to try and stay here now. They're making a very nice kuti for me just there.
I will come.
Please come again. You're welcome anytime. Very nice to meet you both.
See you.
Okay.
Namo Buddhaya.
You know your way home?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because anyone can show you. Where's your vehicle then?
Motorbike.
Oh, you're on a motorbike?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, yes. Oh, wow.
Thing is, if I come car, it's to find the places to be alone. Then if it is motorbike,
Oh, no. Well done.
small.
Good on you. Lovely day. Okay. Sukhi hotu. Bye-bye.